Montana State University in Bozeman, Montana, along with their partners, the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota, Chief Dolknife College in Lame Deer, Montana, University of California, Davis in Davis, California, El Institut d'Economie Rurale in Bamako, Mali, and the University of Bamako Institute of Agriculture are together testing one of 3 new models in sub-Saharan Africa for participant training. The model, which is the single African country model, is based on a strong, already existing mentor network between Mali and the American partner institutions. The goal of this model is to build the capability of scientists and professors in Mali for development of an appropriate plant biotech program, which will be linked to an agribusiness entrepreneurial incubator center. This learning center will specifically reach out to subsistence farmers and small-scale entrepreneurs, and will focus on quality for health, for safety, and to meet the demands of agricultural export markets. Located in West Africa, Mali is a country rich in history and culture. Cities such as Timbuktu and Djenné were located along the major African trade route to the Mediterranean and were part of one of the great empires of history. Mali has a great tolerance and peaceful acceptance of the vast array of ethnicities present there. Mali is a mainly Islamic nation and one of few in the world with a stable, democratic government. Economically, however, it is one of the poorest nations in the world, with average annual income amounting to only $200 per person. The majority of the population, 70%, are subsistence farmers.
Most Malian rural communities are based on a rain-fed agriculture system. And when 9 months out of the year are dry, without rainfall at all, it makes it very difficult. The other problem is that the Saharan desert, which makes up at least 1/2 of Mali, is marching southward every year.
In 1993, Dr. Florence Dunkel, in collaboration with other U.S. scientists, began working in Mali on the USAID-sponsored Integrated Pest Management Collaborative Research Support Program, or IPM-CRISP. Both U.S. and Malian scientists soon learned that they were serving as mentors to each other, and ideas were flowing in both directions. As this two-way mentorship grew, the scientists learned that the best way to spread the new techniques and ideas they had generated through a participatory process with the local Malian farmers was to have the farmers teach each other.
So by 1999, we realized that this dissemination process of these wonderful IPM packages that we developed, working with on-farm with subsistence farmers, was a fairly slow process. We realized that one way to speed up the dissemination of this information might be to involve undergraduate students from the United States. And so in collaboration with Dr. Kajitu Gambi, who is Director of Fruit and Vegetable Research at l'Institut d'Economie Rurale, and Dr. Halima Traore, who is the Director of the Environmental Toxicology Lab in the Central Veterinary Laboratories of Mali, we conceived the idea that we could at the same time be helping this dissemination process, that we were also helping the educational system of undergraduate students and their professors in the United States.
The first extern project, in the year 2000, was a test to see if the concept would work and was funded by Montana State University. Scientists worked with local Malian farmers and scientists at IER to develop an innovative poster series. Designed for outreach to non-literate Malian subsistence farmers, the posters highlighted a package of integrated pest management techniques that could be used to prevent infestation and degradation of stored grains and legumes. Dr. Dunkel applied for funding from the USDA through a Higher Education Challenge Grant. After the successful mentorship experience of the 2000 externs, Dr. Dunkel's USDA grant was approved and the program was awarded funding. The extern project began to grow and expand as Montana State University took on partner schools.
Undergraduate students in the mentor program, the junior mentor program, go through 2 stages. The first one we call an internship. And they're informal classes where they learn about material resource poor countries in general, about the Malian agricultural system specifically, and about international career opportunities. And the second part is called an externship, where they begin their actual research with their U.S. professors and their Malian mentors, and then they actually get to go to work in Mali.
The extern program was gaining momentum, and the students were not the only ones benefiting from this collaboration. It became apparent that there were multiple levels of mentorship taking place. The U.S. scientists and professors and the Malian scientists were serving as senior mentors, and the externs themselves were turning out to be great junior mentors. Extern projects varied in topic and grew in depth. Christina Hale, a 2004 extern and microbiology student, took note of the growing popularity of Malian locals using the leaves and seeds of neem, a medicinal tree, as a pest management tool. She decided to follow the effect of neem on the soil microflora, and how that, in turn, affected indigenous plant diseases. Christina's project complemented that of 2004 extern Ashley Lehman, who was researching traditional medicines and plant pathology. Heather McCartney, a third 2004 extern and Ag Outreach major, joined forces with Chief Dolknife College and designed a project to evaluate how well the poster series was working and if the volunteers were using them or not. The 2004 Junior Mentors' experiences while working in Mali inspired them to pursue future research on these topics. They also helped lay the groundwork for the ALO model for higher education partnership for agriculture in Mali.
The Junior Mentor Program was the perfect way for U.S. students and their professors to have an opportunity to learn new cultures and to learn about new languages and a new way of life, while working together with the Malian scientists and subsistence farmers to solve real problems.
With the ALO funding in place, projects gained new life and began to expand with great enthusiasm.
Multiple projects began to emerge, and they began to complement each other. Junior mentor projects turned into graduate student projects. IER scientists and professors in the agricultural sciences, economics, and engineering submitted applications to participate in the ALO program. 7 participants were chosen, and they've already begun to work with their junior mentors and with the senior mentors. And now, with a clear idea of their goals in mind, they're ready to leave for the United States and to begin training here.
Junior mentor Heather McCartney expanded her follow-up of the poster series and is now working with Chief Dolknife senior mentor Bob Matson and junior mentors Sandy and Kyle Whitefoot in collaboration with Yodit Solomon from Brigham Young University to evaluate the effectiveness of the poster series within the villages where they have been used. While the extern program was developing and expanding, USAID Mali developed and created several community learning and information centers, or CLICs, which were designed as a rural outreach tool to facilitate farmer-to-farmer learning. Concurrently, the University of St. Thomas faculty were creating their extern program in business communications and engineering. Naturally, their communication teams focused on content for the CLICs, such as how to form a women's cooperative and how to process shea butter. The University of St. Thomas engineering groups focused on creating a sustainable device for cooling the CLIC buildings, which are full of computers, as well as a design for shea butter mixers.
It's really exciting to see the synergy that goes on between the junior mentors when they start doing the collaborative research with the Malian scientists, some of which have become the ALO participants.
3 of the chosen ALO participants will receive training in the U.S. in order to directly assist in the development of the Agribusiness Entrepreneurial Incubator Center in Mali. Mr. Sidi Ba, a water hydraulic specialist, Ms. Asa Conte, a food scientist and outreach specialist, and Mr. Belko Tambura, an economist specializing in Malian entrepreneurship, will each receive training in the U.S. relative to their field of expertise in support of this agribusiness center. The other 4 chosen ALO participants will receive training in the U.S. in order to develop a plant biotech program. This program will be a collaboration between the University of Bamako and IER. Mr. Adama Berthe, a specialist in disease-free tissue culture techniques for seed potatoes, and Ms. Aisata Tierra, a specialist working with tomato yellow leaf curl virus, will receive training in lab techniques and field inspection. Mr. Abdoulaye Kamara, a specialist working with tomato yellow leaf curl virus, will receive training in soil microbiology, and Mr. Kariba Koulibaly, a specialist in seed selection and seed technologies, will be receiving training in plant-based biotechnologies. Once back in Mali, the 4 participants that will create the Plant Biotech Center will be able to provide essential information to the Agribusiness Entrepreneurial Incubator Center in Mali. With collaboration as a theme throughout this single-country model for higher education partnership for agriculture in Mali, There is much hope and enthusiasm that all 7 of these ALO participants will be able to provide content and useful information to the cliques as a means of outreach to small-scale farmers and entrepreneurs. Junior mentorship programs will now be complemented by the presence of the ALO participants on their campuses, and the two-way mentorship will gain depth.
Thanks to the synergy created by these junior mentors, and also thanks to the active mentorship of the ALO organization, we're now ready to meaningfully and appropriately work with and to learn from the ALO participants as they begin to arrive.
It is the synergy of the junior and senior U.S. and Malian mentors that creates these unique and invaluable learning opportunities. Parallel undergraduate programs that synergize with ALO partnerships help to build connections with the campus community scientists and scholars, and most importantly, with the local communities of each partner country.
If the United States is to remain a respected participant in world affairs, it is imperative that the U.S. leaders of tomorrow gain an awareness and a respect for people in other cultures.